Morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, sir. Oh,
नहीं सुनेंगे आज.
headphones नहीं लगाए हैं वो.
Yeah, good morning, all of you. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning, all of you. Good morning.
Sir, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, all of you.
How are you, sir?
I'm fine. I'm fine. Good morning. Yeah. So we'll start with a new topic today. We'll start a new topic today, that is sampling and sampling distributions. Okay. So we'll start with sampling. So before I start with my PPT and all, so let me tell you, this is a topic, which is it's a very central topic to the, the quantitative methods, because whatever study you do, you have to take some sample. Okay. Suppose you are studying with some so you are doing some consumer research in the field of aerated drinks, okay, soft drinks. Okay, so you want to see the consumer behavior, how the consumers are behaving in the field of, this for the product, aerated products or the soft drinks. So you can understand that in India, the Pepsi drinkers will be, or the soft drink drinkers will be a huge number. Okay, so it can be 5 to 10 crore. So no research organization or consultants can work with a population, right? So if you remember, I told you in the very first session, that there is a difference between sample and population. And even if you follow some international books, you will find that there is difference in notation also. So today we will see that why we should not use the notation loosely. So today we can understand with the whenever we discuss the concepts. So any international books, books of international stature, you will find that this notations are almost fixed. You cannot use notation, although some authors used in some low grade books, they use some notation, but that is not actually permissible. Okay, so in statistics we have some fixed notations. And why it is important today I will show you in this topic. So what is sampling? I will come to everything, the definition and everything. I will give you the PPT on this. But before that, let us understand just conceptually, what is a sample? And when at all we require a sample, why at all, right? When Government of India does this census, right? They do the every 10 years, they count the population of Indian, citizens. Okay, so they do not do any sampling. They go to all the 130 crores, right? So it takes 10 years, right? 10 years, and all the school teachers and many government officials are involved in that. Okay, so you can understand that it's a very huge, huge task. 130 crores, the number you can think of, right? 130 crores. India is almost 130 crores, right? One fifth of world population is here in India. So to do a survey with 130 crores is very, it's a very challenging task for any government also, not only a company, a private organization. So So why is sampling important? First, let us understand all those. Then I will give you the formula and we will understand rest of the, concepts. So let me just share my slides. Okay. So we will go through, yeah. So first and the foremost question in sampling. So our topic is sampling methods. We will discuss different types of sampling methods, different types. And I will give you an example of each one of them one by one. Okay. So now first question comes, why at all sampling the population? Why not with the population? I say I will do study with the population. Okay. Say my population in my study, I am doing a study with CEOs, okay, CEOs of company, okay, or the vice president of companies, right? So I choose 25 companies or say 30 companies. So 30 companies CEOs is my population. Here I can approach my population, right? Because the number is small, it is only 30, okay? So I can interview the 30 people easily, okay? Maybe they are in the different parts of India, but still I can reach them. 30 people, 30 is a number which is reachable, right? Which I can reach. Okay, I can take the interview, or I can today we don't physically travel. Actually, we take help of different these softwares are there through which we are having Google Forms, right? Very useful Google form by which we can just but we need to have their email ID. Okay. So why sampling the population? Number one, very important, the physical impossibility of checking all items in the population. Okay. Yeah. So the case that I was telling you, this in consumer research, generally you will see the number is very large. Okay. 5 crore, 10 crore. So it's physically impossible of checking all items in the population. Okay. So to reach 5 crore is almost not possible. So that's why we take a sample. So we take a sample of 5,000 or 10,000, and then we do the study or do our, the different, whatever hypothesis testing or whatever we want to do, we do with the help of the sample. Right. Number two, the cost of studying all items in a population. Now, so this is also a very costly affair. If you just approach these organizations, consulting organization, okay, who are doing marketing research, right? Like Orgmark, then Kantar Research and all those, IMRB. These two companies visit our campus, IMRB and Kantar Research and Orgmark. These are AC Nielsen. They are the companies who are very much into this marketing research. Now, even if you see the cost of studying all the items in a population, right? So if you know what are the different various activities are to be done, it's not only that I have to fill a questionnaire, get it. So if you see the steps, just in short, so you will learn this subject. There is a subject called business research methodology. There is a subject called where you will learn all this, elements, that what are the activities to do a research. Very broadly, I will give you a very brief idea. To do research, first of all, yeah, can anybody just share any idea that to do a research? Suppose I want to study the consumer behavior of, say I take any company, okay, consumer behavior of the customers, okay, of Pepsi. So what are the steps that I have to follow? Any idea anybody can share? Yes.
So analyzing how which country are we focusing on and what is the total earning of the country.
Good. So let's say I fix India. We are doing in India. Okay. Pan India study on consumer behavior. So what will be my steps? Just a broad steps, Kritankar.
So we can first segregate into different kind of states, state-wise, and after that we can understand which place consumes the more, and regarding to which player has a more capita earning.
Hmm.
For example, the people from the hotter region will consume more rather than the colder one.
Yes, 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 yes. Yes, you are true, partly true. But you know, there are also incidents. I have seen people in the winter season, the ice cream is also, they are consuming ice cream in the winter. People,
Yes,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
sir.
So,
Yes, sir.
yes, so you will find, see, these are very interesting thing. Research, what you are telling is absolutely true. I agree with you, but you will find, and I myself have seen that people enjoying ice cream in winter more than summer. Okay, although in summer obviously the in summer consumption is more, but this is research. See, if I know beforehand that in the summer month the ice cream consumption of say XY, say Amul is high, is the highest. If I know previous, then what study I am doing? Okay, then no need of doing study. Okay, whenever we do a study, we should not have a preconceived idea. Okay, so if you will learn this in your next semester. So let me just give you idea. First of all, you are very correct. We have to make some sample, target sample. कि किस पे करेंगे, right? Suppose I want to do study on the students of ICFI, right? Now, ICFI will be 5,000 students. I cannot go. I am teaching in two sections. So 120 students are my say target sample. I can fill up a questionnaire with my 120 students and I can do some research, right? So this 120 are my sample. So first of all, for any important step, for doing, I will give you the formula and everything, but just I am trying to make you understand where we are going to use sampling. Okay, that is very important in business research. How is sampling going to help us? That is my okay. So first of all, we fix a sample, number one. Number two, we decide on the method by which we will collect the data. Okay, it can be survey, it can be interview. Simply I go and take an interview. Okay, of all the 30 CEOs. Okay, that is also a research, right? That is also a research. I take the interview of 30. You will see in the media. Okay, they are taking say 30 CEOs or like this top people in the industry, right? Okay, that is also a research, right? So interview method, then there is focus group technique. So I use some of the technique. Questionnaire is one of them. I write a questionnaire, I form a questionnaire, I get it filled from them. Okay, so my first step is sampling, then second step is questionnaire. Third step, collect all the questionnaire. Okay, collection of all the questionnaire, and do the editing. What do you mean by editing? Editing means, see, suppose you had 30 questions in your questionnaire. All the questions will not be filled by the sample. Okay, by the sampling unit. So you have to do some editing. Okay, step number three. Then you have to see, all these studies are done in some software. So you have to do some coding. Software will not understand that yes, I like Pepsi or I don't like Pepsi. Software don't understand. Software only understand what? 0 and 1. What is the language of software? Only
Binary
understands binary language. Very good. Yes. Software only understands 0 and 1. Whatever we are doing. Okay. So whatever study you have done, you have to convert those questions into 0 and 1. There are methods for that. You will learn in the next semester. Okay. So it is called coding, and the name is called coding. Okay. Whatever data we collect, we will code that. Coding. CODING, coding. How it is done? Again, it's a very one. I have to take 2 hour session on coding, right? So, okay. So now you understand that something has to be done. Then after coding, you have to do the data analysis. Okay, you have to do the data analysis and you have to find your observations. So you can understand what are the different, how long is the procedure, you can now understand. Okay, and then you have to do the reporting, and then there are so many. Okay, I'm not going sequentially also. Then you have to do the proper reporting of the, writing a report. That report writing itself is a subject, how to write the report of any research, right? So that is the cost of studying all items in a bubble. And so that is very, so if my sample is 5,000, the time taken will be very large. Okay. Number two. Number three, the sample's results are usually adequate. Yeah. Let me give you an example. Suppose we are studying this consumer price index. I think all of you know that Government of India has something called consumer price index. Now, what is consumer price index? It gives us an idea that 10 years back, what was, suppose the breakfast item, 10 years back, at what price I was, buying, and today or after 10 years, what is my breakfast item cost? So if you see this sort of study, now breakfast items, if you see pan India, this bread, what comes under breakfast item? It may be cornflakes, it may be bread, it may be milk, it may be egg, okay, it may be fruits, banana. Now these costs are almost similar throughout the India. Wherever you go, will find. So here I need not go to say 5,000 retailers and take my sample. If this is my research, then I can go to simply 200, 300, retailers, and I can take the data that what is the price of the breakfast items. Okay. Now fourth, contacting the whole population would often be time consuming. So I have already explained you all the steps. Okay. I already explained you all the steps of research. So it is a huge, time consuming, and we don't have so much of time. Now, fifth point is destructive nature of certain tests. Yeah. So if you see in certain metal, we do the testing. Suppose I want to suppose, in the car industry, automobile industry, there is something called CRM, cold rolling mill. Okay, so there is a steel item whose strength has to be checked. Okay, what is the strength and how this strength is checked of this item? It is checked by breaking this item. Okay, so this is called the exactly, it is called the tensile strength and abrasive resistance. Okay, so this is the, so how do we test the hardness of a particle? We break it and we see that at what pressure the particle is breaking. The article is breaking. That is called the, that is the pressure, that at what pressure it is breaking. Okay, so now this is this test is a destructive test. Why destructive? Because every time you have to test the metal will be broken down. You cannot use in the car, right? So some tests are destructive. So we have to sample. Suppose you have 100 total, items, and you check all the items and all are broken. Then what to do? Then what sample you will take? Okay, so we take some samples. So these are the 5 major reasons why we go for sampling, not on population. We work on sample. We never work on population. Yeah. Any question till now? Yes. Any question?
No, sir.
Is it clear why at all we are going for sampling? Why not population? Hope it is clear.
Sir, will sample give accurate data than the whole population?
Yes, yes. Come again. Who is this? Come again,
Sir,
please.
me Saurabh Badoria, I am asking that will the sampling give the better results rather
Ah,
than population?
yes, yes. See, yes, yes. No, obviously not. Okay. See, I will very interesting and very appropriate question. Actually, very appropriate question. Very
Thank you,
interesting
sir.
question. See, see, see. Suppose election has done. Okay. Suppose UP, any state election, UP election, the population is around 25 crores or whatever it is, something around 20-25 crores, right? And say voter is say 10 crore. Okay, 10 crore is above 21 age. So 10 crore voters are there. Now, if I go to only 5,000, only go to 5,000 and take their, take their views that which party have they voted for. And if I go to all the 10 crore, which one will be more appropriate? Which one will be more, I
All
know
the
in
10
which
crore.
case I will, all the 10 crore. But what time I will take to reach all the 10 crore and whether at all I can reach all the 10 crore, right? So there are just like, do you know who are the smokers in India? Suppose you are working with ITC, right? You are the marketing manager of ITC, and you want to know that what is the smoking habit. You want to do some study with smoking habit. Now, do you at all know who are the smokers in India? Yes.
No, sir.
Can you how can you get a list of the smokers? Or suppose you are in a working in beverage company. So do you know who at all are the the drinkers in India? Who can you get a list from anywhere?
Not
So
possible,
since
sir.
yeah, we'll go
No,
to Vijay Malia.
it is not possible, sir.
No, it's not possible. Actually, see, some data it's not possible actually. So what you will do? What you will just see who you will do some convenience. So I'm coming to different types of sampling. So that's why we have to go for sampling, right? Sampling. Right? So always, all now, yes, this thing you must be clear. Sample, is it clear what is a sample and what is a population? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Because when I will be teaching you hypothesis testing, you must understand the difference between two. Okay. So hypothesis testing, I am not starting now because it will be too early to start hypothesis testing. But just let me tell you, where we do any hypothesis testing on the basis of the sample, but we infer on the basis of population. Is this clear? Hypothesis testing, how we do hypothesis testing, always we do on sample. 100% of times, 100% of times we do we do hypothesis testing on sample. Okay. अगर मुझे population में ही करना होता तो hypothesis ही क्यों assume करता, right? If I am doing a study with 5,000 ICFI students, right? That student loyalty, I want to check the student loyalty, right? Whether the student are loyal to the institute, right? So how should I check? Yes, Saurabh. If I want to check the loyalty of students, how should I check?
So both ways are possible by sampling or population.
No, sir.
हाँ.
Population sir सही नहीं बैठेगा आंसर.
Population is very, see, 5,000. Suppose again it is a very big university, 50,000 will be the students. See, suppose the university is Delhi University. The number of students is how much? What will be the number of students? 50,000 something.
I was just talking about the FKI. So you can
Okay.
take the whole population for it.
Yeah, so whole population, अगर हम ले तो अच्छा है. Okay, it's better if we take the whole population always. Okay, sampling with that is the some of you are telling confidence interval, right? I think this section or other section, I don't remember. So that's why we have the concept of confidence interval. And we take how much confidence interval? 95%. So 5% is the level of significance. So what is so I will come. Our next topic is confidence level. So we should connect when we start confidence level. Okay. Let us move with today's topic. We have not started yet. Yeah. So probability. So sampling. Now we start. See, probability will not leave you. I told you, na? Sampling is also done on the basis of two types of sampling are there. There are two broad types of sampling. Number one, probability sampling, and number two, non-probability sampling. There are no other types of sampling in the world. Please try to understand. there are only two types of sampling in the world. One is probability sampling. Number two, non-probability sampling. Okay. So first we will take up probability sampling, and then we will go to non-probability sampling. Okay. So what is a probability sampling? It's a sample selected such that each item or person in the population being studied has a known likelihood of being included in the sample. I will give you a very, very simple example. Suppose I want to select the CR of section H. Okay. Okay. And I give equal chance to everybody, all the 60 students. What will be the probability of each of the students? Yes, Kritankar?
1 by 60.
1 by 60. Every student, equal probability. मुझे CR बनना है. 1 by 60. And they are all are happy. So what I will do? So I will put all the 60 chits in a bowl, and I will write your enrollment number, and I will mix it, and I will pick one. So some enrollment number will come. This is called a probability sampling. So what is a probability sample? What is a probability sampling? A probability sampling is a sampling such that each item or person in the population being studied has a known likelihood of being included in the sample. Okay. And where there is no any, equal probability of chance of being selected. Suppose I say, I know Kritankar and Saurabh. These two will be the CR. Okay. So I am doing my convenience sampling. I know these two students, they are the CRs. Okay. So what am I doing? I am doing convenience or judgmental sampling. So there are different types of, so all these are non-probability sampling. I am not giving equal chance to every student, right? But if I put in a bowl, all the 60 enrollment numbers, and then I pick without just I pick. As a lottery hota hai na, you have seen this. I pick one, and
Yes,
I
sir.
get some enrollment number, whatever, whoever the student is. That is a very, you can, then the students will say, this is a very fair, fair method of selection. All have got the equal probability, that is 1 by 60. So there are two types of sampling. Number one, probability sampling. Number two, non-probability sampling. So first we will start with probability sampling. Yeah. So in probability sampling, these are the four types of probability sampling. Four types of probability sampling. Okay. So first I discuss probability, then I will go to non-probability. Okay. Okay. So probability sampling, number one, simple random sample. So all of you write this, simple random sampling. So what is a simple random sampling? A sample formulated so that each item or person in the population has the same chance of being included. So it is just the direct, offshoot of this, if that total probability sampling, simple random sampling, right? It is same as the, what I discussed till now, simple random. Okay. That bowl thing, or you, in a computer, you generate some random number function. You know that there is a function in Excel, RAND, 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 and then I put some big numbers
हेलो। मेरा नेट गया है या फिर
सबका गया सबका।
मेरा भी गया यार।
सर ही डिस्कनेक्ट।
सर का गया सर का?
हाँ सर
सर का नेट
disconnect।
चला गया।
मैंने अपना राउटर स्टार्ट कर दिया।
बहुत बढ़िया
तो
शाबाश।
हैवी स्टार्टर हो भाई। मौत कर
यार
दी।
गाइस, अगर अभी तक ये खुला नहीं यार, एक अनाउंसमेंट कर दे हम।
तुम पहले ये कर लो, हमें पता है आज मीडिया जेनेसिस वाला इवेंट है।
हाँ, थैंक यू शावनी ने कर दी स्टार्टिंग। यार देखो, मीडिया जेनेसिस का है, प्लीज पार्टिसिपेट करो।
नहीं करेंगे भाई, नहीं करेंगे, यहाँ मत बात।
हेलो।
होस्ट ने म्यूट कर दिया।
फिर से नेट गया।
ये बातें मत करो।
आठ लग रही है आकांक्षा की, उसके पापा से लग रहा है।
शिवम वीडियो ऑन करो।
किसका?
भाई अपना ही करोगे, किसका करोगे?
और किसका कर सकता है शिवम तू?
मेरे पास है, बहुत तरीके हैं।
स्मार्ट गाय। फॉर्मल से इनफॉर्मल मीटिंग हो गई है।
जूम सर या जूम मैम?
Hello, am I audible, students?
Yes sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
There was a power blink actually, so it's locked out. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So we were with simple random sampling. So simple random sampling, it's a sample where a sample formulated so that each item or person in the population has the same chance of being selected. Okay. Next is number two, systematic random sampling. Systematic random sampling. The items or individuals, let me explain this, let not read. Okay, so what is systematic random sampling? Okay, suppose where it is systematic as well as it is random. Okay, So which part is random? Let us try to understand. Suppose I am doing some quality control testing. Okay, quality control testing, and there I have to check, say, 1,000 products. 1,000. Let me write here. I have to check 1,000 products. Now again, if you know, in the quality control department, all the 1,000 products are not checked. So how they go? They do some systematic random sampling. Generally, this is in the R&D quality control department. You will find this sort of sample checking. Okay. So what they do? What do they do? They pick any random. Suppose out of 1,000, they pick the 5th one. Just for example. Okay. Any random sampling they do. And then they add 20. So they get the 25th item. Okay. Again, after that, they add 20. Okay. And they get the 45th item, and so on. Okay. So what is the method like? First sample is randomly picked. Okay. 5th one has to be tested. 5th sample is tested, and then a certain number is being added. Kth member of the population is selected. A random starting point is selected, and then every kth member of the population is selected for the sample. That means first time I select the 5th one randomly, 5, and then I add certain number k, and suppose my k is 20 here. So 5 plus 20, 25th one, I will take 5th one, then 5 5th plus 20, 25th, 25th plus 20, 45th, 45th plus 20, okay, 65th. And in this way, I will collect my samples. So I will not, so it is systematic as well as it is random. Are you getting? It is systematic as well as it is random. First sample, how I am choosing? Randomly, 5th one or the 4th one or the 3rd one, anything within 10. First 10 I am choosing one, and then I keep on adding one number with that existing number. So I get the different numbers. So that is called systematic random sampling. Next is stratified. Try to understand this. Stratified sampling and cluster sampling. So stratified random sampling. Stratified random sampling. Okay. So what is stratified random sampling? First, a population is first divided into 2 subgroups called strata, and a sample is selected from each stratum. Stratum means from each strata. Okay. Strata is plural. Stratum is singular. Okay. I will give an example. Suppose this class, there are 2 CR. I want to again do the selection of CRs. Okay. I want to again select the CR of this class. So what should I do? Now what I do, I divided my class into some strata. What is my strata? What is my subgroup? My subgroup is male students and female students. So first of all, I divide my class into male and female. Okay, strata. Then after forming the strata, so what are my 2 strata? Male strata and female strata in the class. Male strata and female strata. Now out of the male strata, I do the random sampling. Please try to understand. Out of the male students or male strata, I do the random sampling. And out of the female students, I do the random sampling. So there will be one male seer, one female seer, one male seer, one female seer. Had I not divided into strata first, suppose I out of 60, now had I not done this, had I kept 60 students, 60 students at one go, then it could have been two male seers have come. It would have been two female seers have come. And it also would have been that one male and one female seers have come. So I deliberately make, because I want a male seer and a female seer, I deliberately divided the class into two strata, male and female. Okay. Suppose I divide the class into some other strata, right? Let us take some other example. Suppose the student with work experience and student with no work experience. So I divide the class again into two strata. What are my strata? Student
without work experience and with work experience.
With work experience. Again, this is a strata. Then I choose one CR from the student with no work ex. I choose one student from work ex. Okay. So this is called a stratified random sampling. Stratified random sampling. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And the last type is called cluster sampling. Cluster sampling. What is cluster sampling? A population is first divided into primary units. Then samples are selected from the primary units. But it is not done randomly. Okay. So what is cluster sampling? In cluster sampling, first of all, the population, say I give you an example of cluster sampling. Okay. Suppose for a marketing company, they are trying to hold a meeting. Okay. And in that meeting, they will invite marketing persons from, say, different zones. So north, south, east, west, and central zone. So 5 zones. They divide the zone into some total Indian geography into some primary units. What are these units? North, south, east, west, and central also. Or say, let us keep it 4. So 4, from each 4, they will invite 2 marketing person, one junior and one senior. Okay. See, one senior manager, one say middle level manager, one junior manager from each one of the sections, each one of the units, and then they will hold a meeting with all this 4 into 3, 12 marketing people. But my point, so population is first divided into primary units, then samples are selected from the primary units. Okay. So this is called a cluster sampling. Cluster sampling is generally done on the basis of geography. Generally on the basis of geography. Yeah. Any query till now? Probability sampling, any query?
Sir, in cluster sampling, क्या हम लोगों की वो भी देख सकते हैं पैसे मतलब कितना अर्न करते हैं लोग?
In cluster sampling, you mean income? You want to know exactly what is your question?
So like, for example, अगर कोका-कोला कंपनी को राजस्थान में चेक करना है कि कितने लोग कंज्यूम करते हैं, तो वो लोगों को डिवाइड करेगी पॉपुलेशन एज के हिसाब से या फिर सैलरी के हिसाब से, अर्निंग के?
हाँ, very good question. Actually, very good question. Right, right. See, there is a, do you understand what is called demographic variables? Any idea?
Yes, sir. वो जो basically divide होता है कि depending upon the state and the culture and as well as the regional preference.
No. What is demographic variable? Can anybody explain? Demographic variable? Yes, Saurabh?
Sir, demographic variables are basically depend on age, gender, and other things.
Very good, correct. See, demographic variables are age, gender,
marital
income,
status,
occupation status, marital status, and it can be to some extent what is the status in the society. So these 5-6 variables are called demographic variable. So you are talking about income. So income will be one of my variable. Yes, you are correct. Income can be one of the variables. Kritankar.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So very good question. Very good. These are some advanced questions actually.
Sir, please elaborate an other example of cluster sampling.
Cluster sampling, basically, suppose I want to choose the Indian cricket team. Okay, suppose BCCI wants to choose the, the player, national cricket team. Okay, so how would they go for? They will, from each state, there are 29 states in India. So for each state, they will held a competition. They will held some, this Ranji Trophy and all those things they will do within the state. They will do some competition and they will select 2 players. Okay. So first they have to divide India. Already it is divided, but they will, if they want, so they can do according to their geography. They can take it as a state, 29 states they can take for the geographical location. It is called a cluster.
28 states.
Cluster.
Sorry to correct
28
you.
states now. 28 or 29?
28
28
and
or
8
29?
union territories.
Another recent state has come, no? Another recent one has come. So I think 29.
No, sir, it's 28. So Jammu and Kashmir is Union Territory.
Telangana is the new state, sir.
Okay, so
29 actually.
28 Union
29,
Territory.
yeah.
Sir, 28
I read
states
somewhere that,
and 8
It's 29
union territories in 2021.
okay, whatever it is, let us take it, whatever it is. Let us take this, we can check in Google or something. So no problem. Okay. So yeah, any query till now?
No, sir.
Any query? So probability sampling. So all these where I was discussing was probability, different types of probability sampling. Next, we will go for non-probability sampling. Okay. So if you see the basic idea, now non-probability will not go into very details. There are different types of non-probability. I will just give you an idea. But the basic formal idea of non-probability sampling is that in non-probability sample, inclusion in the sample is based on the judgment of the person selecting the sample. Okay. This you have to understand. I judge, suppose I am the professor in charge of section H. I have my judgment. These are the students, these are students with work experience, these are engineers. And I use my judgment and my experience of 20 years. And I say these are the 2 CRs. I will not do any selection or election. Simply I will use my judgment of 20 and experience of 20 years. Okay. That is called judgmental sampling. There is a type of sampling which is called judgmental sampling. But now I am discussing non-probability sampling as a whole. Non-probability has 4 or 5 categories also. Okay, so I will just explain in very short because that is not our, that much important in our statistics. So, but you should know the name. What are the non-probability sampling? Okay, so hope you understood what is non-probability sampling. Hope you understood what is non-probability sampling, right? Non-probability sampling are just the reverse. Here, the manager or whoever is doing the selection is not taking the equal probability. If I choose Saurav and Kritankar, I don't do any election of the section H. I simply say Saurav and Kritankar are the 2 students who respond to in my class, they will be the CRs. So I am using my judgment, or I am using, they are with the students with work experience. Some judgmental, I am just telling that I use this, my judgment, and I say these are the dossiers. So fundamental criteria of non-probability sampling is that here we don't give equal chance to each one of the items of the population. Okay. So we just so that is, now there are different type of, let me just quickly go through. I don't have the names written on my slide, but number one is called itself, it is called judgmental sampling. Okay. So number one, judgmental sampling. Judgmental sampling where the manager, suppose the marketing manager has to send some employees to training. So which employees he will select? Okay, how will we choose? Suppose he is dealing with 100 marketing managers. How will he choose? Yes, Saurabh, how will you choose? किसको training में भेजना है?
By his experience.
Yes, maybe. Yes, very good. Any other?
और ट्रेनिंग में तो उसे भेजेंगे जिसका वर्क कम होगा और जिसका एक्सपीरियंस कम होगा कि वो बेटर कर सके.
ये भी हो सकता है. Yes, this can be, but it depends on what context the manager is selecting, right? It may be that the junior people require more training. Suppose just like when the MBS join, they are very new. So the newly recruited people has to be sent, not the 20-year experienced marketing manager. He is doing marketing for 20 years. He don't require any training. But some new technology has come, suppose. Okay. Suppose the manager may be old, but he don't know digital marketing. Usko mobile chalana hi nahi aata hai, right? He don't know how to do social media marketing, right? These are only 4-5 years old, na? So suppose some technical training has to be, technological training has to be given to marketing people. Okay. Then also the experienced one can also be selected. Although they are experienced in marketing domain, but they are not experienced in technical domain, na? In digital domain. Okay. They
Yes,
don't
sir.
understand. Yeah. So it depends on context. Okay. It depends on, we are not going into that. So number one, judgmental sampling. Number two, snowball sampling. You write this. These are not in my slides. You write this. Snowball sampling. What is snowball sampling? Any idea? What is snowball sampling?
Sir. Sir,
Yes.
these are the judgmental sampling and snowball sampling. These are the types of non-probability sampling.
Non-probability. Yeah. Probability we have completed. Yes.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Tell me, what is snowball sampling? Any idea? What is a snowball? What is a snowball? How a snowball is formed? Snowball कैसे बनते हैं?
Sir, by taking some people, we make a sample.
That's a where existing study with
Dividing into
extending
several
record,
groups.
we make a future record.
By picking a bunch of people.
Hey, see, try to understand. Suppose I want to select for some students for my club. Now, club students will be selected not only from section H. I have to take all the 9 sections. So I tell 5 students, I first select Kritankar and Virish, and say to 2 students I select. And I tell these 2, you bring another 10 students. And my club is formed. Kritankar brings 10. Virish brings 10. So this is large, and suppose out of those 10, again I told you bring another 2, another 3. So this is called snowball sampling. I am connected to only 2 students. Okay, I am connected with 2 samples. The sample will bring samples. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Like
sir.
network marketing.
Light network marketing. Very good. I hope you got this. Snowball sampling.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, and it will increase. So I can, in this way, I can get 100. Okay, I can get 100. So there are basically 2 sampling. One is judgmental. Another is this one, snowball sampling. Another there, snowball. Number 2. Number 3 is convenience sampling. Convenience. Now to try to understand the difference between convenience and judgmental. There is difference, right? Convenience. Convenience means, suppose I am doing some study in Delhi NCR. Okay, I am doing study on patient satisfaction. Okay, and I have to approach some hospital to, get hold of some patients who are my sample. And I live in Delhi NCR. So should I go to Rajasthan or Mumbai? So for me, it is better if I take sample from Delhi NCR. I go to Apollo, I go to Medanta, and some 5 popular, hospitals, or say 5 corporate hospitals, Fortis, Apollo, okay, and
Max.
this, Max, Medanta, these 5 groups I go, I get the sample. So I am convenience. These are convenient to me. I live in Delhi and these hospitals are in Delhi, and I can, I can easily catch hold of 5 hospitals, and then I can do the survey there. Okay. So this is called convenience sampling. So there is difference between, so there are 3 major type of sampling. Non-probability sampling. Number one is this one, judgmental sampling, snowball sampling, and convenience sampling. These are not in my slide. You please write this. Okay.
Can you explain convenience sampling again?
Convenience sampling. Okay. See, convenience sampling is that when the researcher takes those sample with whom he or she it is very convenient to take. Okay, or it is accessible. In a word, it is accessible. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I suppose I live in Delhi. It is very difficult for me to go to different cities. Okay, Mumbai, Chennai, and but I have to do in metro also. I am doing some study in metro city. So I am living in Delhi. So I am in a one metro. I can calculate. I can get the sample from Delhi, and I can say that the metro the metro. Just like if I want to do study with all like 5 students of there will be 1200 around students in our campus right now. But if I want to do some study with my section H only, because I am teaching with section H, I will say I am convenient with this. I am teaching the students every week. I am meeting for 2 hours. So this is my convenient sampling. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I think we are done with the sampling methods, different types of sampling method, probability and non-probability. So any query?
Sir, are there only 3 types of non-probability sampling?
Yes?
Are there only 3 types of non-probability sampling which you mentioned?
Majorly. There might be 1 or 2, but I am supposed to discuss the major classification.
Judgmental, snowball, and convenience?
Yeah, these are the major types. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And probability also. So 4 types, simple random, this one. There are some simple random, simple stratified, random stratified sampling, cluster sampling, and this one, systematic random sampling. Okay. So these are the major types. There are different small types maybe also. Yeah. So any question on sampling? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So any question, please ask. Any question related to sampling, you can ask also. So any one of you have worked with some research company, market research company, or done some research in this class?
No, sir.
Yes, sir. I have done it in my graduation, market research.
No. Have you worked for some company, or what was the project all about?
So it was a market research between the comparison of 2 companies.
So I am having some experience, some working experience.
Yeah. With
So
which
it
company?
was a startup in Gurgaon. So it was a telecom company.
Okay.
So I have worked with almost all the PSUs. So I have I have done a comparison through Granter.
Okay.
So all the major PSUs of the India. I've done a comparison. I'm having some data also.
Oh, very good. Comparison with regard to what?
So like the production, like say the production of
Okay.
the oil, how much they produce, the production of their data, so data they produce.
Okay, very good. So generally you have done primary or secondary study? I
Yes,
think
sir.
secondary, no? Secondary, huh? Okay, I got it. I got it. Very good. Okay. Okay, so let us take a break and we will start again. We'll continue with our sampling distribution. Okay, sampling distribution.